So here we are set up on our campsite, New York State, and I'm going to talk to you about what we use for our campfires. We have our solo stove set over there, and on top of it, I have a package of these bio bricks. So here in New York State, you're only allowed, or supposed to be, buying wood within a certain amount of miles of where you're going to be burning it. There's not supposed to be any transportation of wood for, I'm not sure what exactly the distance is, but it's pretty close, maybe 10 miles or something like that. But we always camp like 5-6 hours away from our home, and if you're where you're camping is like where we camp, bundles of wood could cost anywhere from $5, $6, $7 for just, basically $1 piece of wood. Not very big pieces of wood, and you might get maybe an hour, if that. It's not a great fire. These bio bricks here, these are 20 bricks, and we got them at the local hardware store. So after you get to where you're camping, you can go to your local hardware store or Tractor Supply, and these 20 bricks were $10, I do believe, is what we paid for them. So we got a bunch of them, and we only used like half of them, like 10 bricks, to start our fire, and 10 bricks will last 2 to 3 hours with a nice fire. So I'm going to set this up for you into our solo stove, and I'll show you what kind of fire we can get with it. Alright, so I set up 6 of our bricks into our stove. I have some paper in between there, and it's all sitting on top of a pizza box that we had the other night. I'm going to start this up and show you what kind of flame we get and how nice of a fire we have and how easy it is for these to work. The other nice thing about these bio bricks is that they are food safe. So we also have put a grate on top of our solo stove and cooked hamburgers and steaks, and you can have no worries of cooking marshmallows over top of them either. So I'm going to light her up and get her started just for you. Okay, it is currently 7:45. I started some paper down below that, and we'll see how long it takes to get a good fire started. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. I threw a couple more bricks in there since she started going, and so right now we have 9 bricks in there. So I started with 6, so I guess I threw in 3 bricks. Once she gets going really good, I'll fill in this hole over there, and this hole in there with another one, or 2 I should say, 1 there and 1 there. And it'll have a big fire going, and it'll last easily 3 hours. Alright, I'm going to go take care of a couple things, then bring out a chair, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's fully going. So here we are 15 minutes in. Got a nice roaring fire. Those bio bricks burn nice, burn long. And $10 for a bag of 20 of them. So we got 10 bricks once we're up here. And that way we didn't have to carry a lot of weight of wood, and we didn't transport anything illegally. And these are also, you don't have to worry, they're bug free. No sap. You're not going to find spiders or ants or termites or the borer beetles or anything like that. And as I said earlier, they're food safe. We've cooked over these, done marshmallows and s'mores, and they have a nice long lasting fire. So these 11 bricks actually I have in right now will last probably 2-3 hours. I'm guessing at least 3 hours. I'll check back in after an hour and show you how it's looking and go from there. Alright guys, if you're out there camping, enjoy your fire. Okay, here we are an hour in. Everything's still burning good. Bricks are still mostly formed. Check it again in an hour. We'll have to probably stir it a little bit, but there's an hour's worth of burn and it's still going strong. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is the reason we like using our solo stove is that we can place it anywhere we want in the campground. So we can keep it away from our camper or our tents. Like some of the places you go, the position of the fireplace isn't always the optimal for where you want to be setting up camp. Like our fireplace that came on this campsite is right there. I'm not sure you can see it. We just placed our picnic table underneath it, but that's not very far from our camper. And we don't like to have fires real close to our camper. So we like using our bonfire and we place it over there, and these bio bricks that we use, like I said, they don't put out any sparks. It's just plain fire. And of course the soul stove doesn't put out hardly any smoke. So no sparks, worried about traveling over and getting on your camper rug, or sparks falling onto your tent and putting little pinholes in to when it does rain and it leaks into your tent. These are nice, clean, burning logs. And they fit nicely into our soul stove, and it's easier, I feel, to place these if you want to keep the fire going into it, as compared to some people use these and put like 20 or 30 pounds of pellets in it, and it does make a hot fire for a long time also, but we just find it's easier to replace the fire as it goes using these bricks. And this whole time I was talking, no sparks floating around. Alright, we'll check back a little bit. Alright, it's been an hour and a half. We're going to give this a little stir, move a couple of bricks around, and oh boy, that's hot. Hard to do one-handed, but I just moved a couple bricks. Still going good. Hour and a half in. Okay, here we are 2 hours in. We're down to just bricks sitting in the bottom. It's still good and hot. That's why I got my welding glove on. We're going to give this a stir, break up some of those bricks. And the wind, we're expecting a storm tonight, so the wind's been blowing a little bit. I think it's sped up the burning time a little bit, maybe not a whole lot, but probably 15 minutes or so. But as you can see, once we break up these bricks a little bit to get down to the center where all the wood still is, it comes right back to life. This will probably last another 15-20 minutes is all, but without the wind blowing like this, I'm guessing it'd probably be close to 3 hours to have a good fire. Alright, there we are, just a little bit over 2 hours. Got a nice fire still going, good and hot. Plenty hot enough for marshmallows. Alright, so at 2.5 hours I added 2 more bricks in there. So that would be a total of 13 bricks for this fire. It is now 2 hours and 45 minutes. I added 2 more bricks just because I wanted a little more flame for a little bit longer before I go to bed. We're expecting a storm tonight, gonna rain. Tomorrow morning I will show you, I'm gonna clean out this stove and show you how much ash we have. There's actually 3 nights of burning in there. I believe it's 26 bricks, 26 or 28 bricks that have been burning in there, and I'll show you how much ash that created in our solo stove. It's very minimal, way less than any wood. If you buy camp wood at your local campground or bring it with you, It's a lot easier to clean up, and like I said, this gives me close to 3 hours, 13 bricks, nice fire, clean fire, no sparks, don't have to worry about getting over to our camp rug or our tent, and we can cook over it if we so choose. So good night, everybody. Happy camping, and I'll be back in the morning to show you how much ash this created with 26 to 28 bricks. Alright, so here we are next morning. This is after 2 different burn cycles. I think we figured out it was 26 different bricks that we put in there. And of course there's also some cardboard and paper from the pizza box and some soda boxes and whatnot in there. But there's that. And then we just pick this up, drop it down into the ash pan in the bottom. And there we go. That's not a whole lot of, the wind's still blowing pretty good here, so I'm gonna put that back in. So 26 bricks, hardly any ash left. Easy cleanup in the stove. Alright, hope this helped anybody out there considering burning these bio bricks and what it all entails. Happy camping, everybody.